Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
Welcome to another episode of African politicians telling Africans that they should stay on the African continent, build the African continent, because nothing, and I mean nothing, is waiting for them abroad. Yet these people have their children abroad, have extra houses abroad, vacation abroad, and get healthcare abroad. Sometimes I sit down and ask myself, as Africa, where did we go wrong? Hello there, how are you doing? Welcome to another episode of our conversations. My name is Sandra Ganga. I'm a business journalist by profession and a digital content creator. I love coming on here, having conversations with you guys about Black people, Africans, our empowerment, and how we can rise up and take our rightful place at the global stage. Today I want to talk about a video of Nigeria's First Lady that is going viral. She was talking to journalists, and of course the question came up, and the lady she made a point. And you see, sometimes it's not the message, it's the messenger, yeah? The message made a lot of sense. Stay on the African continent, build the African continent, because most of the time, even abroad, it's not rosy. People, when they go there, they have to start with sometimes or most of the time, manual jobs as they climb up the ladder, right? And this time and this effort, you could have put back at home, grown yourself into something and grown your home economy. It makes a lot of sense, right?
Nigerians, we can help each other. The rate we are doing parties and all that going to them, why don't you use the money to help your neighbor until, we can really get on our feet? So, and those are the things we have to look at. And it's not that government has to begin to give food to everybody and tasking. I believe in social development and social investment for people who truly need it, And in the Bible, they even talked about, in the times of Jesus, he said, the poor you will always have in the land. Mm-hmm. So, and it's for people who God has blessed to help the poor. But now you don't even know who are poor. If you don't ride a car, they will say they are poor. If you don't have your own home, they say they are poor. Even all those people saying they are going to Japa or they go there, what work are you going to do? Work that you refuse to do at home, where you have loved ones. You end up going to do that. Even with all their education, they're driving cabs. But they won't drive cabs here. Yes. So, there are a lot of things that, as lawmakers, we want, especially that of the security. I want you to really take it to heart, and, it's really, really very, very important at this time.
But then, let us be realistic here. There was one time a Ghanaian journalist put out a tweet, and he was talking about how one of his friends had graduated from school, didn't get a job, was really struggling. I think 3 years in, he was spiraling into depression, and he decided to put a few resources here and there and leave. And a couple of months into talking to him, he could just see and feel the difference in his voice, in the way he carried himself, in his personal confidence. And somebody said, oh yeah, but they go there to do manual jobs. And the guy was like, okay, but at least those jobs are available. And you can see that is a system outside of racism and all those things. Is a system based on merit, and you can find your way around. Most of the time, it doesn't have to be your uncle or your auntie or blah, blah, blah. It's just a system where if you have the skills, you can get a job and you can grow. And there comes a time, whether you have a degree, a master's, a PhD, you're so desperate that the first job that comes your way, you're going to take it in order to survive, just for the sake of your human dignity and integrity. But even these opportunities are not available on the continent. So let's just start there. Let's start from the fact that you're telling people to stay on the continent and build it. But how do they build it? How do they build it if opportunities are not available? How do they build it if opportunities that are available are a reserve of your children, your grandchildren, your cousins, your nephews, your friends, the children of your friend? How do they build it when the opportunities available are up for sale? And opportunities don't go for little money. They start at least $1,000 and above. These are people, and those of you who do not know the reality of Africa, most of us have come from very poor background. It's because of education that we are where we are, and a system of meritocracy, people that were willing to give us a shot just purely based on our skill set. If somebody ever told me that they needed $1,000 to give me a job, I'd still be in the bush. I'd still be in the village, because that's not even an amount my parents can afford. Many people, people contribute for them to go to school. So how will they afford to pay a bribe to get a job? Forget the job part. Let's talk about the education. Let's talk about how politicians have ruined the education system in Africa and how nothing good seems to be coming out of this continent. Teachers are not being paid. Schools are not being funded. There are no books. We've refused to revise the curriculum. The curriculum we had back in the 70s and the 80s is still the same curriculum that we're using right now. We've refused to invest in things like science, technology, education, mathematics. Those are the courses and the subjects that are driving the future, but we're still lagging behind. No money is going into research, into innovation, none of that. Take a look at, for example, Kenya. Doctors are on strike. And the government has reduced their salary from about $2,000 to $700 before taxes. To mean after taxes, doctors are going to be taking home at least $450. And these are interns. Interns are doctors. They just need to practice for 1 year to get their license. So you're already telling doctors that we do not value you here. Don't even get me started on Nigeria and how their doctors and nurses have no intentions of staying in that country. They're so willing and ready to go because of the frustrations that you go through in that system. First of all, Nigeria does not have electricity. They have a big electricity challenge. Who has the money to be buying diesel and fueling a generator every single day? The traffic. A government that refuses to invest in its logistics, in its network and infrastructure. Don't get me started on the corruption in that country. And this is not just Nigeria. This cuts across the whole of the African continent. Right now, it's raining in Africa. The Kenyan president will come out with his wife saying that it's because of their prayers that it's raining. When there's drought, what stops these people from investing in building dams and finding ways of reserving this water? What stops these people from being competent enough and building a continent that Africans would want to stay? Maki, we're not obligated to stay. At all, we're not obligated to stay. People stay because they want to build their country. But most importantly, they have to survive. So if I cannot survive, if I cannot put food on the table, you think I'm thinking about my country? I cannot die in the name of the country. The forefathers already did that. And if we cannot enjoy the benefits of independence that they so hard fought for, then what are we doing, man? What are we doing? And these politicians speak like this because they have privilege. They speak from a point of privilege. You know, they can do whatever it is they want. They can embezzle funds. They can ensure that the country is run to the ground because when they have houses in the UK and the US, they don't care. They have probably lifelong visas. They can travel in and out as much as they want. They've stashed so much money away that they'll be okay. When they're sick, they have doctors in the UK and the US on call. They don't care. For them, they live a life of privilege. They live in the biggest houses. They live in the fanciest houses. They live in very expensive neighborhoods, so they're very secure neighborhoods. And those neighborhoods come with great infrastructure. The roads are great. There's mixed-use development. You have a supermarket. Their kids go to extremely amazing schools where they study with experts and children of diplomats. So to them, they've lost touch with reality. They do not know what the ordinary Nigerian is going through. How much do civil servants make in Nigeria? They make way less than what probably drivers and cleaners in the US make. So why wouldn't I want that? I can be educated, but if that education is not going to help me and help my children get a better life, why not? Tell you what, people in the military in Nigeria, I think they make less than 100,000 naira. Let's just say, let's put it at a base where the naira is 1,000 to the dollar. They make less than 100 USD. Someone in the military making less than $100 a month. Yet if you go to serve in America, at least you know you'll get your papers and you'll become a citizen. And you'll know as a veteran you'll be treated with a little bit of specialty because there's in certain jobs that vets are given privilege. Give Africans a reason to want to stay, and they will stay. And if you don't give them a reason, if you continue to give them reasons to leave, don't be crying wolf when they leave. Because guess what? They will leave. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Zandira Oganga. Comment down below in the comment section what you think, and I'll see you again in the next video.